Behold the bike lane on Avalon Boulevard. This bad boy is a greatest hits album of everything that sucks about biking in Los Angeles. Cars blocking the bike lane? Check. Homeless encampment blocking the sidewalk and forcing pedestrians into the bike section? Check. Protected sections with so much debris that you'll feel like you're running an obstacle course? Oh, you better believe it. But you know what else this bike lane has? Giant piles of cash from all the money it saves us by drastically reducing car and bicycle collisions. Do you want a walkthrough of the math behind that statement? Well then keep watching. Hi, I'm Nathan, someone who loves bicycles and statistics, and this is Save Money, Save the Planet. First, we need to get a clear idea of the traffic volumes on the road. To do this, we'll use traffic count reports from before the road change, which will help us get a good starting point. Now here's where things get interesting. We have a massive LAPD spreadsheet containing data for car on bike, and car on pedestrian collisions for each year. This data will help us better understand the road safety record. Finally, we'll use this traffic count report for the traffic volumes after the change. The result is that the rate of car on bike collisions were both drastically reduced. And it's not just cyclists who are happy about this. Car drivers are too. Why? Because they no longer need to worry about changing lanes and all the potential accidents which that can involve. In addition, when cars turn left into a business or onto a side street, they can now be completely removed from the flow of traffic. This reduces the chance of them being rear-ended by the person behind them and the chance of someone swerving into the right lane to zip around them, but just hitting a car that was in their blind spot. And finally, cars turning onto the road from side streets have fewer lanes of traffic that they have to get across. They also have the turning lane, which they can use during heavy traffic when their chance to cross traffic flowing in one direction may not line up with their chance to merge with the traffic going the opposite way. Since we calculated the rate of accidents earlier, we can actually find the financial value for all these benefits. According to these websites, car-on-car collisions usually result in a settlement of $21,000, while car-on-bike accidents can cost up to $114,000. By factoring in these numbers, we can conclude that the new road layout is ensuring our safety and saving us a whopping $2.5 million every year. And since Streets Blog found that it costs about $1 million per mile to install a bike lane, and this project affected 6.2 miles, the road is officially saving money after only 2.5 years. However, this good news is slightly tarnished by the fact that the rate of car-on-pedestrian collisions did increase slightly. The two intersections with the most car-on-pedestrian collisions were Century and Vernon. The original plan for this project called for bump outs to be built at these intersections. Bump outs force drivers to take their turn wider, which means that they have to slow down more, which means that they're less likely to hit a pedestrian who's using the crosswalk. But that nice physical concrete protection seems to have turned into a line of white paint at some point. Just watching one traffic cycle at the Vernon intersection shows how poorly the current paint performs because 3 vehicles end up driving in the area where the bump out should be. Not only that, but the last vehicle was a dash bus. That means that it's such an easy mistake to make that even a bus driver, someone who's actually paid to drive in the safest manner possible, accidentally did it. That tells me that we absolutely have to put a physical barrier here in order to prevent this from happening when a pedestrian is in the crosswalk. So if you have a few minutes free, call or email your council member and let them know that the Avalon Boulevard project has been great so far, but we need to finish it. Build the bump outs that were originally planned. And start thinking about what street you want rebuilt like Avalon Boulevard next. Cause while it's not the prettiest bike lane in the city, you simply can't argue with the fact that it's saving lives and saving money at the same time.